If Baskin taught me anything, never work for a white bald guy, and it taught me how to write on cakes. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jenny. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be baking a cake and you guys are going to be helping me. I was forced to be on cake duty. Tomorrow is my boyfriend's dad's birthday, so we're gonna go and hang out at my boyfriend's Nino's house. He has a pool and it's supposed to be like really hot tomorrow, so he assigned me to be on cake duty. I'm going to be baking him a FUNFETTI cake. I also went on Instagram and I put up a poll asking you guys what story time you guys wanted to hear me talk about. Grad night story time, or why I quit my job at Baskin. And a lot of you guys voted that you guys wanted to hear why I quit my job at Baskin. I literally do not understand why you guys want to hear why I quit Baskin. Maybe because you guys are wanting to apply there and you guys want to know why not to work there. So this is a perfect video for you, but my grad night was 10 times juicier than this story. It was very random. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but the thing was I didn't have another job lined up when I quit Baskin, so technically it just kind of pushed me over the limit to like quit Baskin like right then and there. Like I don't want to be there anymore, so I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I did that. So let's get started. You need a cup of water, a half a cup of olive oil, and then 3 whole eggs. Oh, the eggs are blowing away. So, and then I also got some, what are they called? The tips to put in bags and like the icing. I also got food coloring so I can like write and decorate on the cake, and I'm very excited about that because I haven't done that since Baskin. If Baskin taught me anything, never work for a white bald guy, and it taught me how to write on cakes. If you guys didn't know, Baskin was my first job, and I'm not really complaining about like the work part of it because it was really cool. It was pretty chill, but the boss, if my boss is ever watching this, I'm so sorry, but you know how I felt when I left, and you didn't talk to me about it, so whose fault is that? I try to be the bigger person, but when I did quit, I did write a letter to him explaining how I felt about him and just the stuff that I thought was wrong, like from his part. He didn't know how to talk to his employees. I'll get into it more as the video goes on, but I just want to say that it was a really cool job. I worked there for, I think, like 2.5 years. And it was a long 2.5 years. So when I started working there, some of the girls didn't like me because I was apparently slow at what I did, but I was just getting used to everything. And so my boss had talked to me a couple times and just to tell me like to pick up the slack or whatever. It was cool. And I got promoted to be a supervisor, and I was a supervisor for the last couple months that I did work there. But basically what had happened was a lot of people were quitting, and all of his supervisors were quitting, and they were just leaving just because they were so fed up with him. He's the type of person that he's always right. He's never ever wrong. God forbid someone tells him how to do his job. The thing was, he trained us a specific way, and when he would hire new people, he would train them a specific way, and we would try to teach them how to do it the way we were taught, but he would change how he taught. So it just didn't really make any sense, and then we would get in trouble for teaching the new people how to do it the way that we were taught. I don't know. And there was like specific rules and stuff that we had to like follow and like do. Like, let's say if we were making a shake, there was a specific amount of milk that we were supposed to put in, and then there was a specific amount of scoops of ice cream that we were supposed to put in for the specific size, right? Okay, Well, every ice cream has a different texture and they all don't work the same. As you work there so often, I was working there, I think for a full-time job, it's 40 hours. I was literally working probably like 38, 39 hours. He's the type of person where he doesn't like to give money away. Basically, he didn't want to hire anyone full-time because then you would have to go along with like the benefits of it. And he was just not about that life. So he would literally work every single person to a certain extent, to where he doesn't have to pay you overtime, or he doesn't have to pay you, or he doesn't have to give you benefits. He was just really, really cheap. Didn't want to spend money on anything. If something broke, we literally used duct tape until like it didn't function anymore. And sometimes it didn't function anymore and he would come and fix it with tape. That was one of the problems. He didn't know how to talk to his employees. That man had no filter and it was just like unhealthy in a way. I don't know. He was really, really rude. For it being my first job, the work wasn't bad, but the boss was. So I didn't like that. The customers were weird. There would be some regulars. Those were pretty cool. So if you work in a customer service industry, whenever they say the customer is always right, they're completely wrong. The customer is always wrong. My boyfriend posted a Instagram video talking about it, and it is so true. They think they know your job better than you know your job, and only you know your job better than anyone else. And I cannot stress that enough. One time I had this customer, she had ordered an Oreo shake, and technically the name of the ice cream is cookies and cream. We had a drive-through. And I had repeated it to her saying that, okay, you want a cookies and cream shake? And she said, no, I wanted an Oreo shake. So I was like, okay, whatever. When she got to the window, I had told her, okay, you ordered a cookies and cream shake. And she said, no, I ordered an Oreo shake. I gave her her shake and it's literally the same thing, same ice cream. I gave her the shake and I closed the window. I was like, hey, you know, like have a great day. She paid for it and everything. I closed the window and I left. So she honked, telling me to go back, and she said it doesn't taste like Oreo. And I looked at her like she was crazy because it's the same ice cream. So all I did was take it back. I put it back in the blender. I blended it for a little bit more. I put it back and then I gave it to her and she said, it tastes so much better. That's what I ordered and all this stuff. It was the same damn thing. And like we had so many customers like that, it was literally ridiculous. So I mean, everything was pretty interesting. I don't know, he was just basically a jerk. And when I had left, I put in my 2 weeks and I wrote him a letter on just like mental health and how if he had an employee that had those problems, he would not make it any better just because of the way that he would talk to his employees with just no respect. And I don't understand how he expected his employees to respect him if he didn't give out that respect that we needed. And he didn't talk to me. He just didn't schedule me after my second week. So he read my letter, he got everything, but he never talked to me after that, which I think is pretty childish, knowing that you're a boss of high school kids and they don't know any better. This is usually their first job is Baskin and they don't know anything. And he literally takes advantage of them and works them. It's not a hard job, so I don't want to say like works them to death or like whatever, but it's kind of ridiculous how he treats his employees that have been there for a long time and have done stuff for him that he doesn't even do. We know how to do everything better than he does. It's his store, yeah, but we're there more. I was there more than he was for a fact. So yeah, that just kind of bothered me. I don't know. This is done, but I'm waiting for the oven to preheat. And without a doubt, I believe he is bipolar, just because some days he will walk into the store just randomly and he will be the happiest person on earth, and then some days he will just come into the store and like find everything to yell at you. Another thing I thought was ridiculous was that he did pay us minimum wage, but his supervisors, he paid 50 cents more. I'm gonna put this in. Oh my god, everything's like ready at once. I'm gonna pour this into 2 little things and then put it in, and then I will be back. So now I'm going to make the colored frosting. Ooh, I think I might need more icing. Oh yeah, so the supervisors got paid 50 cents more, which was ridiculous. And to top it all off, he was trying to cheat me out of the supervisor hours that I was putting in, but he wasn't gonna pay me for them. I literally had to bug him for the longest time because he wasn't paying me 3 or 4 weeks and he hadn't paid me for that. Regardless, it was 50 cents more, but those 50 cents added up and I was broke as a joke, so I needed the money. But completely ridiculous. Oh my god. Being a supervisor, you literally kind of had to babysit. You just had to make sure all your employees were doing what they were supposed to be doing. Just make sure that they were helping the customers as fast as they could, making sure that they were always doing something. I was always on night shift. Towards the end, I started getting like one morning shift, which was pretty cool, but I was always on night shift. So during the summer, we would close at 11, but during school, we would close at 10. And then the weekends, Friday, Saturday, we would stay open till 11. Closing every single night was hard, but I never really complained about it. And there was other people that would, not gonna say any names, but people who work at Baskin probably know who it is. And if you are watching, you know who you are. But literally, some people would be like, oh my god, I closed 2 days in a row. Oh my god, I closed 3 days in a row. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call in because I can't close another night. I would close 5 days in a row. And towards the end of me working there, there was probably, I want to say, like 2 or 3 supervisors. And when I first started there, there was probably like 5 or like 6. There was a lot. So with that being said, I literally didn't want to hear it. People would seriously complain that they had 2 closing shifts in a row when I was busting my butt off, closing every single night, doing everything that I was supposed to be doing. So with all that being said, there were some people that I worked with that shouldn't have been working, I want to say. It was a lot of work when you were in charge of everything and people wouldn't do what they were supposed to be doing. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm glad that I don't work there anymore, and I'm just so glad that I have the career that I have now. I am my own boss. I don't have to listen to anyone but myself. I don't have to go in whenever someone tells me. I get to make my own schedule. If I don't like my schedule, then there's no one to blame but myself because I make it myself. And today my boyfriend actually asked me if I thought that I can go back to working a regular job, and I literally cannot. Baskin was my first job, and I did have a factory job. It was a union job, and I worked there for 3 months, and it was really good pay, but it just sucked. If you guys want me to talk more about that, leave a comment down below telling me that you guys want to hear that, because I would be more than gladly telling you what I did and like my experience in that. But working a regular job, getting a check at the end of the week or every other week just isn't for me. I don't know how people still do it. Props to everyone that is still at Baskin right now when I worked with you. I have no idea how you are doing it, because I was fed up with it. I think the day before I put in my 2 weeks, he had came in and yelled at me and called me like stupid or something because of how I had everything running. I forgot. He called me a name and I was just completely over it. I didn't talk back to him or anything. Oh my gosh, another story about why he was so crazy. I worked Tuesday through Saturday and I had Sundays and Mondays off. So on those Sundays and Mondays, I would come to Merced and visit my boyfriend. I would stay here Sunday, Monday, and then I would go back Tuesday in time for work. So before I left here, my boyfriend actually packed me lunch, and I had one of those pints here from Ben & Jerry's, and he had packed that in my lunch, and I did not go home. I went straight from here to Baskin. I had all my clothes and everything, so I was set, and I had went to work and I had put the pint of ice cream in the freezer because I didn't want it to melt. I had totally forgot to get it that night when I closed. So he was usually there every morning, and the next day, which was Wednesday when I went into work, he was there, and I got all my stuff ready. I put my hair up, I put my hat on, and I was gonna go clock in, and he goes, "Jennifer, come over here." So then I went over there, and when he opened the freezer, my heart dropped, and he was like, "Is this yours?" And I was like, "Yeah." Completely like forgot about it. "I'm totally sorry, like I'll take it home tonight." And he lost his marbles. He literally was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, are you serious?" And I was like, "What? Like, I'm sorry, I left it in there." He was like, "No, throw it away." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you don't see what's wrong with it?" Literally yelling at me like in the back, and was like, "This is so disrespectful. Like, you work at Baskin. Like, why would you bring a like, why would you think it was okay to bring a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream?" And I was like, "My boyfriend packed that for me. I came all the way from Merced. I didn't stop at home. Like, sorry, I forgot it here." And he was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you disrespected me like this, and like all this stuff going on and on and on. It's not that big of a deal. Go ahead and throw it away. And so I was like, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna go clock in. So then I had just left, and then I was gonna go do something, and he was like, Jennifer, come here. So then I went up to him and I was like, yes. And he was like, I put your ice cream back in the freezer. Make sure to take it home and like all this stuff. Like, I can't believe you don't understand. And I was like, throw it away. Like, I don't care. You can throw it away. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. If it is to you, toss it. Like, I already did it for you. I don't care that much. So that's where, like, hello, you're insane. You don't own the company Baskin. You own a store out of millions. That was another thing. That was another story on how psycho he was. I also asked you guys if you guys had any questions. Can you hurry up and post, please? What's up?
What's up?
Freshie? You're a freshman now. Tony's a freshman now. Say hi, Tony.
Hi. Here's the chocolate milk.
Is that your chocolate milk?
It's gonna be now.
Oh, another question. What are some of the things that annoyed you that customers did while working there? Okay, so fun fact, when I was at Baskin, I was planning on making more videos for YouTube, and I was actually going to make a video on what customers did that annoyed me, but because I was still working there, I didn't want my boss to see and then fire me. So we did have a drive-thru at Baskin, and we did have like pictures and stuff on the outside and our whole menu board, as drive-thrus usually do. So some of the stuff customers would say that would annoy me, so they would want a sundae. So okay, like I would want a sundae. I would say, how many scoops would you like in the sundae? We had 1, 2, and 3. We also had a banana split. We had a banana royale, brownie sundae, the cookie sundae. Okay, how many scoops? 2 scoops. Okay, what kind of ice cream? Like the one in the picture. Like the one in the picture. You think I know what the picture outside looks like? No, I don't. So tell me what ice creams you want. Oh, when customers would mix cookies and cream and Oreo. It's the same ice cream. Same ice cream, not a difference. Oreo and cookies and cream, same thing. That goes back to the story of that lady about the shake. Oh, when they would ask what shakes we had. What shakes do you guys have? We can literally make a shake out of any flavor of ice cream that you would like. It's literally just milk and ice cream. So whatever ice cream you wanted, any shake. Oh, what kind of ice cream do we have? If you go into a Baskin Robbins and you ask what kind of ice cream do you have, I will 100% guarantee you, you are going to get an attitude. There's 30, I think like 36 flavors. I am definitely not going to name all 36 flavors of ice cream that we have. Guarantee you will get an attitude. Had this one lady complain to me over the phone because she ordered a specific shake but she got the wrong one. And so usually what we do is we will tell them, okay, come back with the shake that you didn't want. We will throw it away for you and we will gladly make you another shake. And she told me that she had drank the entire shake, which, why would you drink an entire shake that you did not order, then call and complain about it if you drank the entire thing? I don't know, people are weird. But I mean, the whole video is just about why I quit Baskin, because my boss was a jerk. If this is it for this video, the cakes are done. I'm just going to, I'm gonna wait till they cool off and then frost them. If I do think of anything else to talk about, I will as I'm frosting them. That is the end of this video. So this is basically what Baskin taught me. For the record, when we did cakes, we used soft serve So that's how it looked, very, like really smooth. We didn't use icing. I'm not a cake decorator, but I know how to write on cakes. So. If you guys have not done so already, go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Also, don't forget to follow all of my social medias down below to stay updated. And either way, I will see you guys next time.